Page 41, Scottish Bagpipes. I like Scottish music. I'm not crazy about bagpipes, but okay, let's deal with it. It's 1 page long, treble bass clef, 1 flat in the key signature. We're in the key of F major. That's the key we're studying, so the next few pieces I'm sure will be in F major. So make sure you're doing the F major scale and go ahead and do the D minor scale also. You're going to need it eventually. 1 octave up and down is fine. 6/8 time, so an 8th note gets a count. Take it 1 hand at a time. Right hand, you're here to start. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just an F major scale. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you don't always start in on an F. In music, when you get these, you could start in on any note, but the fingering is and feels like the scale. So as long as you can do the scale, you just do this stuff. The 6th note, the first note of the second line, is the last note in the last measure. Here, they split the measure. The first line is an introduction. You see the double bars at the end of the line? It's an introduction. So now we're starting with a pickup beat. Okay. So it's 6, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. That's it. Come down. Now just switch down. And then come back up. Get the idea. Last line, you're actually in this position. So I want you to cross over. You don't have to cross over. There's other fingerings. There are different fingering styles, and I typically will change the fingerings and these things to fit the style that I use and teach. And one of the principles of the fingering style that I use and teach is I don't cross over the thumb if I don't have to. There's other ways of handling it, and I'm usually crawling around, so I don't have to cross over the thumb. There's nothing wrong with crossing over the thumb. It's fine. It's just it can get very cumbersome in some pieces. So I don't. So in measure 10 here, and you're going to go from measure 10 to measure 13 to the second ending. I'll explain that more later, but you are. So that last note of measure 10 is B flat, and the first note in measure 13 is a C. That's why you're in this position. Okay? But if I could somehow get my little finger on that C in measure 13, I could play the whole thing in this position. I don't have to go. I could do it all in this position. So I adjust the fingering in measure 10 here, and the last A, instead of 2, I use 3. Right? See, again, in fingering pieces, we can change hand positions on repeated notes. I do it a lot. The A's are repeated. You got 3 of them. You can change it there, so and it could be on any of the A's. I just do it on last one, 3. I use 3rd finger on the last one, and then 4. If you would like to make it simpler, you could do it both times. Even if you decide to go on to the first ending, just stay where you are. You're in that position, and this is the position you need to be in when you go back to what, measure 5 or whatever, you're in that. So you could just stay there and play the B flat with 4th finger. You just do it all there. And that simplifies it quite a bit, I think. If you do that, then in measure 12, you don't have to change hand positions on those repeated G's. Because you're already there, you're just playing them with 2. And that, at the end, that F at the end, that's tied for 4.5 measures. So you just hang on to it. Let it die away. Left hand. Well, throughout most of this, the left hand just has an F and a C. I guess that's the bagpipes. And then in 3rd measure, you get the 1, 2, 3 broken F chord. Otherwise, you're just playing that. So put the hands together, it's mostly right hand. Careful. Measure 4, the end of the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The F second line is beat 6, and the beat is a steady beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. At the end, last line, we're here. Now the right hand is tied. You got all those F's tied together, but the left hand is not. You're going to play those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. One more time. Okay. See, so you're playing the left hand each time, but the right hand's just held down. Now, once you do that, get rid of the hesitations. So it's a steady beat. Keep it slow is fine, but no hesitations. Then I add the articulation. These are the slurs. The first line's all slurred together. However, be careful because going from the second measure to the third measure, we're here. I'm going to connect that, but I can't connect that. It's repeated. I got to lift up in the left hand. So I'm here and I got to lift up here, but not there. Don't lift up in the right hand because you lifted up in the left. It's the line, both hands come up. It's a new phrase. Measure 6. It's a new phrase, like taking a breath. Get the idea? So put in the phrasing, then dynamics. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte, sort of loud, and applies to the melody. This left hand needs to be kept soft or very soft throughout, because this will come through anyway. You don't have to worry about it. It'll just happen. It says, in the second line, you go up to loud. In the right hand. Left hand's still soft. And you're basically loud until you get to the end. You have the dim. Well, this is going to dim on its own. Each of these needs to get just a little softer. So listen to that as it dies away. Try and stay under it in the left hand. Just a little lighter each time. You're just a little lighter. So at the very end, I'm still hearing that note. You don't drown it out. Now the speed, well, vivo is lively. Vivo is quick. Fast. It has to be accurate. So everybody's fast will be a little bit different. Don't get too lively. They've added pedal at the end. I disagree, but if you want to add the pedal, it'll connect the left hand. It's just I didn't use pedal anywhere else. But if you want to use pedal there, put it down right after you play the F in measure 14, the last note. Right after you play that, push it down immediately and leave it down to the end. And then the pedal and the hands come up together. I'm not going to show pedal if that's all they're going to do. You can do that, I'm sure. You don't have to have pedal. You can do it fine without if you'd like. You don't have to play it that fast. You could do. It's the melody. It starts with the second line, because the first line's introduction. But what's important here, again, is the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. We want to feel this. Exaggerate them if you have to. Let the wrist collapse a little bit on these two. You just want to feel them though. It's like pick up to measure 5, the 2 Fs at the beginning of the second line. Those 2 Fs, it should feel like to here. So the second F is a little louder than ba, to here. makes a whale of a difference. It's really important. Now, as far as the road map goes, well, let's take a look. You have first and second endings. The third line down is the first ending as the last two measures. And then the last line is the whole second ending. I mean, they could have just indicated a couple of measures as ending. It doesn't matter. The point is, when you get to the end of the third line, or measure 12, there's a repeat sign to send you back to the reverse repeat sign at measure 5. So you just go back to there. If that sign were not there, you'd have to go back to the beginning. In other words, you're just going to play the second line again, and the first two measures of the third line again, and then you jump to the second ending and finish it off. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics, there isn't much anyway, but I'm not going to do any. I'm just playing notes and rhythms. We will do the repeat on all that. I'll give us 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2. Repeat. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2. 2. To the last line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.